Yeah. Here's another one. And another one. Yeah.
Hey, that's enough.
This ladies' night, what? It must be Angie on the mic.
At 40 years old, Sharon Friedman is fitter than most women half her age. She needs to be.
I'm the rookie on this all-star team. Me and Kim is
Amal Al-Hajj is 16, young enough to be her daughter.
So if you say it's on, then it's on. Baby, it's the rap made with the QB. And I got all my sisters with me.
They come from different worlds, but both want the same thing: to be Israel's first female boxing champion. This is where Sharon Friedman draws her inspiration.
There's no place in the world like Jerusalem. I love it here. It's my new home. If you just drive through Jerusalem or walk through Jerusalem or breathe through Jerusalem, you can't help but feel that there's such an enormous spirit here. It's easier to connect to God here. I feel very lucky to be here.
Sharon is a religious Jew from New York. Her three brothers are rabbis. A trained lawyer and literary agent, she found her true calling soon after arriving here 2 years ago.
Boxing is what I love and what I do best. There's something that comes over you or gets into you where you know there's not just something completely physical. You're kind of a vessel for something spiritual, and you feel it. And you feel it just as much when you're working out as when you're in the synagogue or when you're in nature. They're all ways of feeling connected to God.
Have you always been a fighter?
My brothers named me Shark Bite. Once I took a bite out of them, once I took a bite out of anybody, they were never quite the same.
That doesn't scare Amal Al-Hajj.
بعرفش يعني عليه اشياء كتير، بس لما من تجربتي معه مرة هي فيش عندها حركة كتير ولا سرعة. أنا ببذل كل جهدي والحلبي يعني وبغلطش أي أغلاط وكل إشي وكل واجبي بأديه لين ما أربحش.
Amal lives in Kfar Yassif, an Arab-Israeli town in the north of the country. Although most Palestinians here are Israeli citizens, as Arabs in a Jewish state, they feel the need to make their mark. Many do, through boxing. Kfar Yassif boasts Israel's largest boxing centre, home to the national team. Amal has been training with the best of them. The country's undisputed king hitter is Palestinian Tawfik Basisi, Israeli super heavyweight champion, number 3 in Europe. He believes Amal has star quality and could be as good as the daughter of boxing legend Muhammad Ali.
وعندها الشجاعة كلها انها تغلب، يعني عندها الشجاعة كملاكمة، يعني تصير زي ليلى محمد علي، ليلى كلي، يعني في امل بالمستقبل تكون كمان من هالشكل، عندها الشجاعة وعندها تكنيكال تبعتها، يعني هي اول الطريق، انا من هون بديت كمان بالملاكمة.
Amal's coach is Dr. William Shahada, chairman of Israel's Boxing Association.
I believe that the woman must have a chance like the men in everything.
3 years ago, he took on his first female recruits, his 2 teenage daughters and their friend, Amal. Some people laughed, but Dr. Shahada is used to breaking new ground.
Here I was champion of Israel in boxing 1977. Upstairs I was in Atlanta in 1996 in the Olympic Games. You see here, champion of North Germany 3 years.
Dr. Shahada's sweetest victory was in 1977, when he won the right for Arab-Israeli boxers to compete in the Maccabiah Games, the Jewish Olympics.
It was difficult because I am Arab, and the Maccabiah Games was for the Jewish people. But the Sport Federation in Israel said Shahada William is the Israel champion, he must take part, and I was take part in the championship of the Maccabiah, and I became the gold medal also.
Now his dream is to see women in the ring competing for Israel. He's on his way. In a few days, Amal al-Hajj and Sharon Friedman will fight to become Israel's first female boxing champion.
Make you feel like one of the boys, Sharon?
Yeah, this is not the, there are women's versions. I ordered one because this is kind of embarrassing. I had to stuff it with a sock.
Get down. Step into my office, please. Get down. Get down.
They've hit me pretty hard. They've broken my nose. They've torn my cornea. They've practically knocked me out, concussions. So they're not afraid to hit me.
Women can do pretty much everything a man can do. You know, some men have a hard time swallowing that, but the truth is that's the truth.
Most people are afraid of pain. They're afraid of getting hit. They're afraid of being hurt. And once you kind of get beyond that, you just feel like, I'm strong, I'm beautiful, I'm powerful. I can do whatever I want. It's all like up here. Oh, cinnamon oat milk. Right?
Hey! Let me see. What happened?
Hi.
Hi, Mommy. That's what I got from gymnastics.
Wow. There was 4 groups, and then we
Sharon initially took up boxing to learn self-defence and to get fit, probably to keep up with her 4 energetic children.
Hey guys, there's a woman downstairs.
Oh, you guys.
Sharon's husband Weldon, an Afro-American convert to Judaism, finds the publicity more confronting than his wife's chosen sport. As for the kids, at first they couldn't quite believe their mother's new passion.
I didn't say anything. I thought she was joking.
Did you think it was a bit weird that your mom wanted to do boxing?
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah? Would you ever think about boxing?
No. No way. I don't want people like punching me and everything. It's really like getting hurt and everything.
Yeah.
I don't like the feeling of that.
What about the whole thing of, self-defense for women and stuff like that?
We took karate and we hated it.
You hated it. I loved it.
Well, I hated the teacher because he was...
Do you think it's a good thing that she's doing boxing?
I want to be champion of the world.
You reckon she will be?
Yeah.
There are days when I have really crazy dreams. I think, well, maybe it'll be an Olympic sport, and then in 4 more years, I can fight for Israel in the Olympics. But, I don't really know where it's going to take me. I kind of going to take it one fight at a time. But I really hope to be an inspiration for women, especially women of my age, who are, for many of them, they feel like the physical part of their life is over.
In Kfar Yasif, there's at least one 40-year-old woman who isn't inspired by Sharon's killer punch, the mother of her opponent, Amal.
صعب كثير يعني كيف بدها تلعب مع وحدة عمرها مثلا 40 سنة حسب من جيلي طبعا حسيت يعني استصعب خايفة عليها طبعا.
Nadia Al-Hajj is used to the idea of Amal boxing, even though it first came as a shock.
كانت بالبلاي لأنها وفجأة قالت لي ما بدي أنزل ألعب بوكس. قلت لها كيف عايزة بوكس؟ بوكس من بلاي لبوكس؟ قال بدي ألعب بوكس.
For Amal, boxing was a chance to learn self-defense. For her uncle Mahmoud, it was a sign Arab society had come of age.
إنه بنت صبية تطلع على الحلبة تلاكمة. يعني ببين إنه المجتمع تبعنا فيه تقدم، إنه إحنا بالعصر المليح. حرية إلا.
عندي طبعا.
Despite her maternal misgivings, Nadia will go to the fight. Now, just one day away.
صعب عشان إنه أبونا بنت وحدانية هي، ما قلت لك شو السبب. مش غيرها طبعا، وبعد 7 سنين هي إجت. شو بدي اسوي؟ هي حابه هاي الاشي يعني، عشان هيك انا كمان بلش اشجعها اكثر كمان يعني، لان حابه بحب شو هي ببسطها اعمله انا يعني.
At the Kfar Yosef Boxing Centre, preparations are underway for tomorrow's headline event. Dr. Shahada says it doesn't matter who wins.
What's important for us is more the meeting between two women, Jews and Arabs. They make friendship, they make peace.
Despite their different ages and backgrounds, the two boxers see only what unites them.
I don't think I would have an opportunity to meet someone like her in the daily course of my life, except for through boxing. So I think boxing is a great way to bring people together.
Do you feel a connection with Sharon?
بلى أكيد، لأنه الملاكمة هي كيف قلت صبر، يعني أنا عندي الصبر وهي عندها صبر، يعني في أشياء كتير كمان.
I would like to try to knock out my opponent. I would like to try to neutralize her and make sure I don't get hurt. That's the job.
What will you be thinking about when you're up in that ring tomorrow?
إنه أغلب.
Yeah. Here's another one. And another one. Yeah. From Little Kim, the Queen Bee. It's ladies' night. What? It must be Angie on the mic. The butter pea.
Weighing in at 55 kilos, Amal Al-Hajj is the hometown favourite.
Last night and I'm the rookie on this all-star team.
Sharon Friedman has 3 kilos and 24 years on her young opponent.
So if you say it's on, then it's on.
This is not the first time these boxers have met in the ring. They fought an exhibition bout a few months ago. It was a draw. This fight is for real. Sharon is slower but stronger. By the end of the 2-minute first round, her pounding has taken its toll. With 2 rounds to go, the pressure is on.
Yeah. Here's another one. And another one. Yeah.
30 seconds into the second round, Sharon lands her killer punch.
It must be Angie on the mic. The butter pea, honey, got the sugar, got the spice. Roll the L tight, keep the rhymes right, yo. I just made this motherfucker up last night, and I'm the rookie on this all-star team. Me and Kim is getting free.
Sharon Friedman is Israel's first amateur women's boxing champion.
I feel so great. Not a mark. I could go on for another 10 rounds. I feel great.
Amal Al-Hajj is gracious in defeat. She knows she has time on her side.
كل واحد بيخسر زي اللي بيربح، يعني ما فيش أي فرق يعني، وهيك الملاكم فيش يعني في واحد بيربح وواحد بيخسر، لازم نصبر ونضل.
Amal's mother Nadia considers the result a small victory.
انتهت منيحة، عمل منيحة، هاي أهم شيء.
Hi, Mita. What's the matter, baby? Yeah, it's Mommy. Mom won. Hello, is Abba home? I'm finished. All done. I won. Yeah!
The battle over, they're the best of friends, but only until the next time. As Israel's only real contenders in women's boxing, they're bound to trade blows again.
Like Thelma and Louise, but on chrome. Never leave that Brooklyn alone. So if you say it's on.